Your teammates' priority will be to try and rescue you. To achieve that, they will first focus their fire on the surrounding enemies before getting to you.
This game is really fun, though.
And they will
I
expect
enjoy
the
it.
same from you, especially as you will be able to carry them to safety if the situation requires it.
You can carry them.
Finally, the teammates will also be your best allies in any vehicle, especially on the road and during high-stake pursuits. The teammates will be available for all solo Ghost Recon Breakpoint players on July 15th. And we
Nice.
cannot wait to see your reaction.
July 15th available.
We'll see you on the battlefield, Ghosts.
Nice. Ghosts. Ghosts. We'll see you on the battlefield.
Hey Ghosts, I'm Grace from the Ghost Recon team.
I need to get back
As you've
into,
just seen, the AI teammates
into
are
that
finally
game.
landing in Ghost Recon
It's
Breakpoint
really
with our
fun.
next major update on July 15th.
I like it
Alongside
because, like,
the AI
everything is
teammates, this
basically
update
explode-
comes
like,
with
you
a
can
ton of
blow
new
up everything
content,
you want.
including a gunsmith
So it's
upgrade, new
really
PvP
fun.
content, quality of life updates, and more.
I never
You will
even
be
tried
able
the
to try it
PvP.
all during our next free weekend from July 16th to July 20th. But that's not all. We've got one last thing to show you. Enjoy, and we'll see you on Aroa, Ghosts.
They got free event. What up,
To
I
anyone listening, this is Haruhi Ito speaking for the Outcasts.
What's going on, my man?
We stand against Sentinel's illegal occupation of Aroa. We call on all of Aroa to
That
join
brain
us.
work. I hear you, man.
Separated, Sentinel wins. But united, we
Oh,
cannot
dang, look
be
at that Gatling
defeated.
gun, dude. On top of that car. Support the race. Free for all. Dude. Did he just call in an airstrike? I think he just called in an airstrike. That was pretty legit. Alright, I'm gonna have to check out that live event, man. That looks pretty freaking awesome.
And now
Dude,
our
Jedi,
very
appreciate
final
the sub,
video
dude,
for this
3
pre-show
months in
is
a row.
another episode
My
of
man.
our wow moments
My
comparing the
man.
craziest
Appreciate it,
and
brother.
coolest clips from you, our players.
Thank you, Jedi. Here we go, guys. Got about 2 minutes left. Dang, look at that dude. Load up, baby.
Anyone else want to try to do better than that?
Far Cry 5. He just jumped off the, like, the edge of the freaking... Oh my gosh! That looked awesome. Valhalla. I remember seeing that game years ago, man, when it first came out. Jeez.
I was gonna interrogate him.
Oh, you can interrogate this guy though.
Oh, okay.
Last stop standing.
That's funny. The crew too, huh? Oh my god. Oh, okay. These are live clips from people playing games. Dang, dude. I have that
So
game.
there's
I
a
just haven't
line that
played it.
people want me to yell. But I can't usually do it because I'll freak out my neighbours. But as you can see, I'm at the Crash and Ocean Beach, and there's no one too close. So, reloading! Someone told me I gotta go.
Yeah, lady, it's gonna be awesome. He just took that down with it. Freaking. Oh, dude! It fell on top of those guys. Dude, she's playing with her feet for the base. Holy crap! That's insane. What the heck, dude? There you go, guys. A drone. I know, right? Submit your clips.
If you also have amazing gameplay segments you captured from our games, spread the joy and submit them on the link displayed on your screen right now. All right, guys, it is time for us to wrap up this pre-show.
Don't forget to stay tuned for our post-show featuring a deep dive into the world of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Thanks a lot for watching this pre-show and enjoy Ubisoft Forward.
Until Valhalla. What up, Mr. Spox? She's playing with her feet too. I know, right? That was like freaking insane. Until Valhalla. Let's see if what's up, Mama? See if this is
Ubisoft.
the first one. Let's just see your preferred look, Mama. Look, I'm drinking. Great, appreciate the bits, my dude.
Meet the devs.
100 bits. Appreciate that.
See the games.
It's fun.
Join us.
Awesome, man. Look, Mama, I'm drinking it out of a cup, kind of a cup, not water. So, just for you.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar, and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the
I
talented
should have had a
Yusuf
brew in
McGee.
here for Valhalla.
Today's
Be
show
like,
is all about
"Brothers
getting
for
up close and
Valhalla."
in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's no time to waste. So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London
Yusuf.
and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
Oh, dang, here we go. You approve.
The illegal paintings spreading subversive and hostile messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed,
Right, Spox?
but the work of an individual.
Finally, some Watch Dogs updates, I know, right? I never played the second one. That doesn't look like his real legs there for a second.
Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out, because I was not a foreigner. Then
What the heck,
they came
dude?
for the protesters.
This is live action. Looks freaking awesome.
I did not speak out, because I was not a protester.
This looks intense, dude.
Then they came for the journalists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a journalist.
Yeah, it looks like it angered new Watch Dogs.
And then they came for street artists, but I did not speak out, because I am not a street artist.
This like live action kind of animation looks really cool though. It's supposed to come out in spring, but it was delayed. Yeah, that's good info. I didn't realize that. This looks like freaking like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse to me. Bright colors, like the way the movement is.
And I realized that eventually they'd come for me.
Payday 2? Yeah, it looks like it mixed
There
with
would be
Payday
no
2
one
too.
left to speak for me.
Jeez, dude, this looks freaking hardcore. Right, hardcore parquet? Yeah, man.
And there's nothing more debilitating than that. This way, not to be able to do what you're passionate about.
After a long night, London is in chaos. The main arteries through the city are blocked. Hundreds of heavily armed Albion...
Well, well, well. Welcome to the Resistance. Here's a welcome gift for our new members.
Sounds like the guy from V from Vendetta almost.
You could have told me it was a bloody...
Wait till your ex-spy tases the enemy.
Party.
try it on.
Crank, I think this is Watch Dogs, new Watch Dogs info. Crank.
43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have been asked not to approach him. The authorities advise all residents.
Reclaim your future. Looks pretty cool, man. Watch Dogs Legion.
Clint has been a longtime creative force here at Ubisoft, and now he's bringing this vision to Watch Dogs Legion.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
and
live
looks
action
at
looked
the game
insane,
and
man.
the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change.
Craig, appreciate that sub, my man. 3
You
months
can
straight,
literally
baby.
recruit and play anyone
brother.
who you see in the open world. You profile people that are interesting to you, you help them with their problem, you play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds like a
Yeah, man,
DedSec
really do
problem.
appreciate it.
Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team. And then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only
cool, dude.
unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say take care of yourselves, stay safe.
Randy tases
Welcome
you.
to the Resistance.
Our London town, a modern metropolis.
This looks good.
Built on
This looks like your
history
game.
and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Jeez.
Oh my God. Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
Freaking drones, dude.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong?
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this. I will not allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize this.
He will stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary
Jeez.
Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Be sure and spread the word.
She and her goons are using the dark web
Right,
to
Craig.
sell everything from party pills to people.
This
Jeez,
is
man.
scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I?
You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers.
Holy crap.
With the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets can be
Reminds you of
recruited
Fable,
into
but
your
of
team.
The Albion jacket? Yeah, it does a little bit.
Like him. Her. Or even her.
Granny.
Everyone can become your next secret weapon.
Lady, appreciate the sub. 3
In our
months in a row.
first mission,
Thank you,
we
lady.
need to get some dirt on Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London. All the hardy souls you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Oh, jeez, this is gonna be chaotic.
eyes. Badly.
Especially the granny mama that was so British.
Like everyone in DedSec, Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy.
Oh my gosh. This is freaking crazy.
He can even call his own cargo drone. Perfect for gate crashing. when you're not invited. And who needs a regular old gun when you have a bloody nail gun?
What?
Soidoid shitboard.
This is like too much, dude. This is crazy. He's using a nail gun. Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna look great on PC.
A real
Craig?
tech connoisseur.
Spox, you getting excited too?
But love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Oh my gosh, it's like an alien face sucker.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
That's pretty cool.
She hits.
So basically, you can
reading
play
incoming drones.
as a different character to match your playstyle.
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor. And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion
PC
areas.
Is me too, man.
Don't
Look,
mind
everything
me.
looks so good on
Just doing
PC.
recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the defense minister on the line right now.
No one expects the old granny. Exactly, iGame. Jeez.
Criminals running our streets. Illegals threatening our families. The police commissioner himself. Assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence.
Wow. You're playing
Next
Granny
up,
the whole time?
we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation
That'd be
and
like the
putting a
perfect
stop
troll
to
of
it.
the whole game, right?
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team.
That put another hair on my chest.
And doesn't
man.
mind getting his hands dirty.
This looks like a brawler. Like typical like Irishman kind of gangster type.
He does have a slight drinking problem, though. And he's passed out. Ah, well, we'll come back to him.
He's from Manchester.
You know
for
what?
Sure.
Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
It's like a John Wick, dude.
It's almost crass to call him a hitman.
Oh, I would totally play like as this guy. Yeah, this is like John Wick style right here, baby. Jeez.
Some might even call him an artist.
Look at that, dude. That's freaking awesome. That's like John Wick for sure. Oh yeah, dude.
Here's the
moves,
bastard
movement,
responsible.
everything.
Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero. So get out there, find the best recruits.
So I think I'm gonna be the John Wick
your
and the
resistance.
This seems like chaos, dude. Like basically just go
It's
in
time
and like
to
blow
take
crap up.
back London.
Watch Dogs Legion. October 29th, all right.
Plunging the player into a living, breathing city teeming with unique locales and characters has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Munt to tell us more.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict. And we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to. I have the capacity to hide things and, you know, like small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2. And there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London. So no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Southern. This feels like Westminster.
Yeah, right.
When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, you know, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
Brawlhalla.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
Oh dang, go mobile, all right.
3, 2.
I know, right, Spox? Like we're all waiting here patiently for Valhalla. We're like, to the Valhalla, brothers. I can't wait for that. Hopefully they give us some good gameplay. Anybody else in chat play this game? Like I've never actually played this game. Like I've seen it like multiple times at PAXs and stuff, and played like maybe once, but never really got into it. Okay, it's like Ubisoft's version of Smash Bros. That makes sense, iGame.
And now, whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go, or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
I wonder if we're gonna see a lot more mobile games in the future from big studios as a way to like diversify their portfolios and actually get a little bit more cash. Since we know like most mobile platforms have a lot of paid micros, I wonder if they're gonna be doing that. Yeah, I'm hoping we get like Splinter Cell or something too, iGame. Jedi says that the controls are a little bit different. I have friends who've tried it, but they didn't get into it either. Spox. Yeah. Yeah, I just wonder, like, showing all these mobile games, I think that's the next kind of wave that studios are going to start doing more mobile. Just to have like an extra side of income, because like one of the big incomes for EA is some of their mobile games, like because there's so many micros in it. People just buy the micros to level up their heroes rather than leveling up, taking all that time. So I think mobile games is like the next iteration that we'll start seeing AAAs do. They'll be taking on more mobile, especially with like the advancements in iPhones and Samsungs and tablets and things like that. They can do a lot more, and people are more apt to spend like $2 or $3 on a skin or something on a mobile game because you already got it right there in your hand than like an actual like console or PC game, I think. So it's going to be interesting to watch to see if like more studios start going this direction. Because this is all just like mobile. This is mobile games that they're showcasing right here.
Contact! Monk chain is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound, danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
Oh, is that Splinter Cell? Look, the guy looked like Splinter Cell.
Get back in your cell!
Oh yeah, that totally is, dude. Appreciate the host, my man.
Hey, take this.
If they don't mention Skull and Bones, you'll riot.
Don't make me regret this.
They said that they pushed it back a little bit because they're still working on stuff lately. So it'll be interesting to see if we get something like that. so that's the UB event. Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Tom Clancy, it's been 5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been
5 years
stronger.
already?
In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
Okay, this is like montages, I guess.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow
Mom,
Six
I want
Siege.
Skull and Bones too. Like it looks really good, right? Like Skull and Bones.
A game built on a
It
strong
looks like
vision,
a more refined, like Assassin's
creativity,
Creed,
competitiveness,
like just pirates,
and
like
team
a more
play.
real life Sea of
Pour le
Thieves,
joueur,
you know?
le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community,
we got to
propelling
see
it to a whole
Gosh, I don't
new
know how many
level.
years ago it's been now on E3 that we first saw it. But I would like to see a little bit more on it too.
This is such a special moment, and being at 1 year anniversary of
By
Rainbow
the way,
Six now,
Spock's
game
mama,
being
look what
stronger
shirt
than
I'm
ever,
wearing.
and more
It's,
players today than we had in the
I had
past.
to break out the
It
BioWare shirt
means,
today.
the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of the player.
Through it all, we're
I only have
always
one
driven
Ubi
by
shirt, so
you,
Ubisoft, if you
our
ever watch
community,
this and you want to send
and
Mule
together
some shirts,
we grow
I
stronger.
need some shirts. I need some swag. I only got a Division
There
2
is
shirt.
no sequel plan, and we are here for
And
the
now
next
it's kinda
10
like-
years, so expect
it's a
more
Mixer
Rainbow
shirt.
Six
It
in your
has a
life
Mixer
for
emblem on
quite
the
some
side and
time.
on the back. So now Mixer's not really a thing. I don't know how much I'll wear it. Like that's a Dragon Age armor one. Oh, that's nice. 2 or 3 years since Bones was shown. Yeah, see, Mama, I thought Skull and Bones was shown at E3 like 2 or 3 years ago.
Tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu, il est
See, this is
autant le
another
vôtre
game I never got into.
qu'il est
I know
le
a few of my
nôtre.
friends played it, but I never got into
Now
Siege.
60 million players strong.
Like it's
We're
it's a
just
very
getting
different,
started.
Different style of shooter than I'm used to.
From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
It's definitely a huge worldwide game, though. That's freaking awesome, Hammer. It has a huge skill gap, knowing the maps and
If
gadgets
you
and
haven't tried it yet,
objectives.
dive into our new
I think that's one
Operation
of the
Steel
reasons
Wave
why I
update
never wanted to
available
get into
now,
it.
and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
A few days ago, we introduced y'all to a brand new multiplayer shooter. Now,
Hyperscape.
it's time to venture
Here we
into
go,
the
guys.
Hyperscape.
I like the concept of this game, and I think they can iterate on it and really, really expand it into some really cool stuff. Like one of the really cool things is that once you die and you're like still like in these cyber
in the
area,
hyperscape.
you
That's
can
not
still
supposed
run
to be
around
there.
and tell people where your enemies are
Let
for
me
your
get
team
you
and
all
things
to
like
speed,
that.
Okay? About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities. But the people at Prisma changed everything.
This is like the idea behind it is kind of like, what up, Bunny? What's going on, man?
They gave everyone a way out.
This is
The
kind of like
hyperscape.
What do you call
In
it?
the hyperscape, the biggest
Player
draw
One.
by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone can become someone.
Yeah, right fake. Like very, very much like Ready Player One, but Battle Royale style. That gun's awesome. I like that gun.
If you get good at Crown Rush, It can change your life.
Wow.
But strange things have been happening lately.
Yeah, I've been watching it. See it, Bunny?
Rumors of people getting hurt.
Yeah, the Legion looks really cool.
Users
looks really
disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape.
Jedi Ready Player One second
we
book
have to
looks like
find
it will be coming out soon as well. Yeah, pretty excited about that, man.
Some of us are searching for a way up.
Yeah, it's only on
Some of us
PC
for
right
a
now,
way
Fake.
out. And for others,
And it's very, very
new way
fast-paced. Like a
altogether.
very fast-paced game.
That's what brings us to the edge of the future. To the
Like I said,
Hyperscape.
like I was fortunate enough for Ubi to give me a code, and I tried it out. Streamed it
I'm
for
JC,
about,
Creative Director
I don't know,
on
2
Hyperscape.
hours.
JC's work on Far
and I
Cry
liked it. I
Primal
liked the
and
movement of the
multiple
game.
Prince
I
of
liked the
Persia
idea.
titles has
Like I
established
said,
him
the
as
only
a
thing
top
that felt a
creative
little
here
off
at
to me was the
Ubisoft.
TTK.
For me, what's exciting is
like
we
especially when you
started
started out,
building
like
it from
sometimes
scratch,
you,
seeing it grow, adding
like
ideas.
shoot somebody, you
it's
felt
really
like you
cool.
shot and shot and shot
Hello,
and shot and
contender.
shot, and finally
Welcome
you
to
kill
the
them.
Hyperscape.
The game takes place in
So I don't know if they're
2054.
gonna change
It's
that
in
or
the
not,
future
but of
where
course this is all
humanity has
just-
grown a little darker.
Just like beta,
One of
basically,
the
or
companies
alpha, I
there,
guess you could say.
they are launching what's called the
Craig
Hyperscape,
says,
which is the
TTK
virtual
was really
world,
bad.
the
Yeah, I
internet
agree,
of the
man. That's the
future.
only
It's
thing
the
that I
place
really
where
didn't like
everything
about the game.
converges.
Which for me, like I will
Within
definitely
the
play this
virtual
game
world,
when it comes
there
out.
is a
of
battle
the beta
royale that
and
takes
the
place
tests,
in the virtual
because
city
it's
of Neo
very,
Arcadia.
very cool concept. Very cool concept. And there's
Then
lots of
also
really cool,
introduce
like,
a
items
lot of
and
new
abilities you
things.
pick up on the map.
You get the opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more
like
stressful.
most VRs, though,
You get
it's
to
like
go to the
whoever has the high
landmarks where
ground is
there's
usually the one's
more
gonna win.
opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal.
Might want to turn myself up a little bit. Okay, Vic.
We introduce the notion of
Yeah, the gun
hacks,
level up is
special
really cool
abilities
too,
that you
man.
can
I
pick
like
up
that.
on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield. So a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with.
So I got that ball, but I couldn't really figure out what to do with
Finally,
it.
it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension. So
Yeah,
every
the
2
Twitch
minutes, there's
extension
going
on
to
this
be a
was
vote,
pretty cool.
and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole
Yeah.
battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite
Low
ammo,
grav
or
is
stuff like that. So
crazy.
players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is
I
happening.
always had a hard time with the Battle Royale style games, like the idea and the practicing.
So for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak, we're launching
it's
the open
definitely like
beta,
a
and so
mega
it's going to be
fast-paced
available for free-to-play for all
VR
PC
game.
players worldwide.
Xbox.
And I really want to thank all the
Yeah, I
players,
liked it
all
too,
the
Crank,
streamers,
but,
and all the viewers who
I
participated
need to upgrade
in
my
tech
PC
tests
because my
and
PC
who
couldn't
participate
handle
in the open beta.
the game and the
Here's a
stream
short
at the same
glimpse
time.
of what you can expect.
Low gravity was definitely fun.
Watch and learn how it's done. Perfecto.
Showtime.
That's mine. Let's show them what I'm made of. Go time. Watch closely. Here we go. この調子.
Free Battle Pass. Let's open on PC now. Interesting, that's what it said. Yeah, low gravity. Oh, July 12th, guys, so it's open now. Free 30-tier Battle Pass. Wow, okay.
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager
You just
Anna
ordered
Maria
more PC
Muska is
parts,
going to
Crank?
take us behind the scenes of character design.
Yeah. It's down right now?
My name is
probably
Anna
because
Maria
everybody's jumping
Muska.
in on it.
I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape.
Only BR you play as Warzone, Mama?
We have
That's
paid
good.
an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos, different materials until we see them as real individuals, as real people. So the second you pick a character, you see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them.
You did download
This
Apex?
was the first
Nice.
lineup of characters. This is our default
I think
base.
if you're gonna play
even
Hypescape,
starting from the
you'd
hair
probably
down,
want to start with
everything
Apex.
has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit?
Because
Would
the
this person
speed between
enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on
Warzone
them?
and this
Will
would
they
be a
actually like
huge
to be
difference for you.
in this body. Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our
I think it
players
would be
are gonna
a little bit of a
see the
struggle for
effort
you
and maybe even
to go
correlate
from
some of
Warzone
the
to like
accessories to
Hypescape
what's
or
gonna
even
happen in the
Apex because it's so fast paced, mama.
We're very excited
It's like
to see
so
it in people's
fast paced.
hands.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone, Phil Spencer from Xbox.
Phil Spencer!
With Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best
Xbox
version
is
of the
doing
game
it right, dude.
on
With
any
smart
version
delivery.
of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before.
That's awesome.
Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds.
It's all good, Spock. Just
Setting
play
a
what you
new
enjoy.
bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the
Are we gonna
world
get
in
to see it now?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
We're gonna get to see
And I
it.
can't wait for you to see the gameplay from
Let's
Assassin's
show me.
Creed Valhalla
Show
that's
me.
coming up now.
Oh dang! Here we go, guys.
All right.
Valhalla.
We know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was
Valhalla.
announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world
go.
of Vikings.
My name is Julien Laferrière, and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
I'm hydrating
So
right
a
now
couple of
to,
weeks
to
ago, we
prepare my
announced
voice for the
Assassin's
screams
Creed
that you guys are going to
Valhalla,
hear on
and
stream.
The reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is
I'm ready.
really
I'm ready.
inspiring.
Ooh, here we
when
go.
we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians.
Raid and
Vikings
pillage,
were
right? Fake.
actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did, to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is
That's pretty
barren
freaking
but
cool.
majestic, and just coming by boat.
I hope so too, Mama. I think it is going to be
and see
gameplay.
those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, it is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available.
God, that looks freaking awesome, dude.
Obviously, in England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of
Yeah, I agree.
build your own
Spock's
settlement
Origins
and
was
see
awesome.
your clan prosper.
So was Odyssey. Odyssey was awesome. Dude, look
Vikings
at the
were
freaking...
brutal warriors. Shields! And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system.
Revamp
to
the
leverage
fight
the
system, all
brutality
right.
and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face to face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings.
Oh, the hidden blade, dude!
We are very happy to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please enjoy this deep dive into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
In-game footage right here, guys.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal, to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking.
Raid?
Today
Raid?
we raid,
Okay.
that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches.
That
As
horn,
you
dude.
prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
Okay, this looks freaking cool, dude.
Your crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers. At the heart of your
Yeah,
settlement
Mama, I
is the
noticed that too. The
Alliance map.
female protagonist.
It will
Yeah.
serve as a record of the allies you have made, and a guide for future opportunities.
Wow. Sussex.
The
They use all the
Viking
old
Age was a time
names
of
too.
warriors and legends.
Enemies.
In Valhalla,
no!
You will find the
Okay.
largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game.
What? That dude's got like
Every
fiery
archetype
pants on.
offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others
Jeez.
will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors. To face these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities.
Did you see that
Snare them
freaking
with the
rush?
Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing axes.
Throwing axes, dude!
Incapacitate them with the new stun
Yes!
system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off.
That's shield bash,
You will wield
dude.
any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks.
Oh, can't wait, dude. Oh my gosh.
Customize your fighting style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior.
Dude, this is gonna be freaking awesome.
All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including 2 shields.
You can use 2 shield dual wields? What the heck? Oh my gosh, that looks freaking awesome.
Not all situations call for violence. In this new land, a Viking must
Okay, I
find a
love
way
this
to
right here.
adapt.
This is very much like old school Assassin's
As
Creed.
Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes, an unseen hunter among the people. From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to
Interesting.
replenish your health and fortify your equipment.
Jeez.
Search pagan
Just
temples and
manhandle
Roman
that
ruins for new
wolf.
activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement. The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Ravens, show no mercy!
Oh, assault,
But as
baby.
you
This
push
is gonna be
deeper
me.
into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
Today, we will reclaim her. Today, we fight for your land. And tomorrow, we rebuild.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise.
Thank you, man.
With unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs,
Dude, the
and
horn.
tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking saga.
Yes, dude, that's like the old school assassination right there. That's freaking awesome. I feel like they're kind of giving you the best of both worlds, right? They're giving you that combat that's so good in Odyssey and Origin, and kind of mixing it with the older Assassin's Creed, man. You want to see Odin, Thor? Yeah. Norse mythology. I know, that looks available November 17th. I can't wait,
9th
guys.
century England is truly unlike anything the franchise
I'm totally going
has
to get that.
seen
That's going to be a
before.
day one buy.
Assassin's
Day
Creed
one
Valhalla
buy.
will release this holiday season
November.
on Xbox Series X,
There you go.
PlayStation 5,
Release date,
Xbox One,
November
PS4,
17th.
PC, and Stadia.
Get a Raven. Nice.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot,
Yeah,
is
it's
here
gonna
to share a
be-
few words.
Cyberpunk and,
I hope you
this
will
game,
have
Valhalla,
enjoyed
at the same time.
what
So
you have seen today.
woo, there's going to be a
and
lot
that
of
you
single
will
player
love
action
playing
going on.
these games. I'm proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad, and creative lineup
2 days
of games.
before Cyberpunk, I know, fake.
And we haven't shown you
It's going to be
everything
interesting,
yet.
man. It's
In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal
you have a whole
even more
bookshelf
about
dedicated to
our
Viking
upcoming
lore.
games.
That's awesome,
But
lady.
before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Well, Spock, he can still see it later on. I'm sure it'll be on YouTube. Okay, what is this? Oh, is this Far Cry? No, wait, hold on. I think this is gonna be Far Cry, guys. Yeah, I haven't finished Odyssey either, mama. Yeah, this is definitely Far Cry, guys. I love that they have Gus from Breaking Bad for this. It's so awesome. It's like 007 intro-ish. It is Jedi. Very much so. Libertad. Just gonna have zero sleep the next few months. I'm just not gonna sleep from like September all the way until like January. I'm just gonna be playing video games with no sleep. So many good games coming out. Far Cry 6, right there, baby. Like, just wait. We got the Xbox thing. What is it, in 2 weeks? Oh, man.
Fuerzas ultrapenetrantes, estamos cansados de los farsantes, de los...
It's beautiful, amigo.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is Friday.
Perfect, but useless.
Tsushima, sorry.
I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Holy crap.
Breathe. simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now.
Dang, dude, he's such a freaking good actor. Like the mannerisms in his voice, dude.
Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves, they will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong.
That looks so freaking real.
They will answer you with screams, call you evil, a monster, and give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people and you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom.
Dang.
You understand now? Prove it.
Holy crap, dude. Dang. Wow. February? Okay, at least it's spaced out a little bit for me. I'm getting so many games to play. Oh my gosh.
And with that, we're wrapping up our first Ubisoft Forward. Today, we've seen the next generation of
Well,
Assassin's
we didn't get any
Creed,
Skull and Bones. We didn't
the
get
birth of
any
a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion,
any other
the cyber
Tom
chaos
Clancy
of
like
Hyperscape,
oh dang,
and the epic
that's
reveal
cool.
of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back later this year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
Thanks for joining us.
That was awesome, guys. Well, thanks for hanging in there with me and watching. It was really, really fun. Lots of, oh man, I cannot freaking wait for Valhalla. It looks so good. Look at this. This is like gameplay. They're just giving us gameplay
Hey
now.
everyone, welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf McGeed, and this is
Wait, hold on.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
This post
We're going
show?
to take a deep dive into about 30 minutes of gameplay, and we're joined by a very special guest here.
Wait, hold on.
This is Philippe Bergeron.
More
otherwise known
gameplay?
as Fizz.
Okay, hold on a second.
I am the quest director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
So Fizz, we're setting up here for what looks like an epic encounter. Tell us exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, so here we're midway through the quest that we're showing for UB Forward. Here we're looking at the assault of Burg Castle. So these are big moments that usually sort of culminate at the end of the story. And so here Avar, our Viking raider, is taking a group of raiders and Fyrds into Burg Castle to go and take down Rued and his clan.
So who exactly is Rued, and why does Eivor sort of want to pick a fight with him?
Basically, Rued comes into play about halfway through this story arc, where at the beginning of the arc, this is something that happens before, Rued basically caused a lot of turmoil within the territory, and Oswald, who's the sort of elderman-to-be to inherit
it's going to be interesting to see how this all ties in, iGame.
Take him down. Oswald having just been defeated in a previous quest, and so here this is revenge, but also accomplishing your ultimate goal.
So Fizz, as you're talking, we're seeing some of the combat of Valhalla. Can you tell us a little bit about the changes to combat this time around?
We wanted to basically add
those freaking throwing axes are amazing.
So we added like some dual wielding for the player, like a stun system in there, and we really needed to do this to sort of portray that sort of the brutality that comes with being a Viking in this day and age. So it sort of fits into that the time and the character.
Oswald. He lives.
Wow.
Oswald lives!
Eivor, is that you? Shut your ass, twig spine.
Here, Eivor has taken her entire army through the assault, and finally it's revealed that our Elderman, our ally, Oswald, is still alive, and Rued has him captive.
So this is what it comes to, Wolfkist? 2 Danes fighting over a filthy Saxon whoreson? If this swine is your prize, come and get
You're
him.
gonna tie your hair, lady.
So now that we've seen that Oswald is alive, we have Rued within our sights. What's the next step here?
So the next move for Eivor is to finally face off against Rued. She has her allies. They can take care of the rest of the army. Now it's time to go one-on-one against Rued in one of our boss battles, actually.
Your battle is not yet won, Oswald.
And it's worth pointing out, actually, that here what we're showing is the player going and facing off against Rued aggressively, but we tend to always have to support a 360-degree approach in these things. So the player could have approached this a little bit more stealthily and gotten at least like a good critical hit on either Rued or his wolf, and so you can play this a little bit more strategically if that's your playstyle.
Heck no,
So
I'm
we're
just
not
gonna
only
jump
fighting
right
Rued
in there
here,
and
but
just
also
fight.
his pet wolf, right?
One of my preferred strategies is to eliminate the wolf first. Just
Yeah,
focus
lady,
fire
this
on
is a
him.
nice
It takes at
little
least one
treat
opponent
to the
out of
fans because of what happened
combat.
last time.
Now, Rued will have
For
extra
sure.
abilities that come into play if you do eliminate his wolf, but I think having one opponent less in the battlefield makes for a good strategy in the whole.
Oh dang, he's getting jacked up. There we go. Oh dang, like huge push.
For all your
Stomp,
efforts,
baby.
Only the cold dark of Niflheim
Oh, it tells you you can
awaits
shoot his foot to hurt him, like weak areas. That's cool.
Not be met today. Why doesn't they should be roomed, Wolfkist? Made thralls, not treated as equals. We are better than this, than all of them.
Do not drag me down to the sewage you wallow in.
We just had Dane fight tooth and nail for a Saxon.
Dang.
You
Yeah,
throw
stamina
in
now
with
too. I
these
saw that as well.
wastrels,
iGame.
These arrogant swine.
Eivor, no! He should be tried before God, a lawful assembly.
All right, so we've defeated Rued, we freed Oswald. What comes next?
Dang, this is gonna be.
Oswald in this case prefers
It's gonna be
for
really good.
Rued to be kept alive, and so you basically have to choose: are you going to go against his witches or stay true to your nature?
Dang.
So we have this choice
This
to
is
make,
like a lot
but
like The
before we
Last
get into
Kingdom.
That, I want to
It's on
rewind a
Netflix.
little bit because we just did this big grand assault, but Eivor couldn't have done it alone. She
What's up,
clearly
Shaky?
had to recruit some folks along the way, get some troops, get some allies. So let's actually rewind and see how we went about first gathering those
So
troops.
you have to gather
Right.
troops.
So when
Far Cry
coming up
6
to an
has you
assault,
ready? Right,
it's a
Radical?
game of numbers. Eivor
There's
can
so
go
many
into
games
pretty much
coming
any
out.
location.
Like, I don't know how I'm gonna have enough
and
time for all
be,
these games.
A stealthy Viking, eliminating some of the assets, which ultimately would be a strategy. You can do that, and you'll have some of the ingredients or of the assets there that will have been sabotaged, but you still need an army. So here what we're seeing is Eivor going around the countryside and raising what we call a fyrd, which is the men and the women of the territory.
Yeah, a little bit of
come up
brotherhood
and fight
mechanics,
in the name of a
iGame.
king.
Yeah.
So here Eivor is going around and trying to convince people to fight in the name of Oswald to finally take down the oppressor that is Rued.
Defending East Anglia, defending you. Will you not do the same?
I mean, I'm gonna do a day one buy of this. I mean, it looks so good. I don't know how I'm gonna manage this
really
and
using,
Cyberpunk though.
the
I have
image
no
and
idea.
the leadership that Oswald had, what he meant to the people. In his name, she's going to recruit these people.
Pretty words, Dane. But the men of Theovard have their own battles to fight.
So we're told by this Reeve that there are troops, there are allies that he could add to our cause. But first, we sort of need to do him a favor. Is that right?
Cyber Sunday.
Yeah, so obviously these people have been run down by Rued and the impact he's had on the territory. So I think a lot of these people have sort of lost hope. And so you need to show them that there is hope. And so here, Eivor is basically helping them take back one of their prized locations by taking a couple men and raiding a nearby township, basically taking it back for the people and showing that there's
Dude, I love that freaking
a reason to
Valhalla
continue
horn.
fighting and then get them on your side.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably do Cyberpunk first and then this as well. It's gonna be hard. There's gonna be so many games. It's just gonna take so long to get through. I mean, you're gonna have this game. You're gonna have Far Cry. Well, Far Cry doesn't come out till February, so we still got quite a bit of time for that one. But you're gonna have this one. You're gonna have Cyberpunk. I'm gonna have Ghost coming out next Friday.
When Eivor does this, obviously you have access to a full suite.
It's just gonna be so many freaking games to like play.
The fight system. You have some brutal axe throwing in there.
And
you
then
have
I mean,
archery or
we
like
still haven't seen the stuff from Xbox that we're going to see
so
in
really,
a couple
again,
weeks.
like depending on what your play style
there's
is,
Halo as
you
well
can
that's supposed to be
customize your
coming out
loadout
holiday.
and go in there
So
how you wish.
You know, there's going to be so many games to play, so many games, so little time. Oh, what was that?
Fizz, we just saw this giant pulse go out. What exactly was that?
So that is what we call the Odin sight. The Odin sight is basically our interpretation of the Eagle Vision from previous games, and we thought it was good to sort of bring that back. It's basically Eivor's intuition. It's how she perceives the world. When player uses that, you can it'll highlight basically interactive objects, like things that will
Smash them
bring her
with the
an advantage.
hammers?
So we'll have arrows, like health consumables that are in there.
Holy crap.
So it really is like a good way of sort of
That was freaking awesome.
understanding the world and showing you like things that you can go and touch.
That was amazing. This is the way. Salty Dog, appreciate the follow, man.
We just picked up this awesome new weapon.
It's something we wanted to play with on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where we have fewer weapons in the game, but you can invest in them more. So they
you
become
can break
your
the windows.
weapon.
That's freaking
And so
awesome.
depending what your preferred playstyle is or your preferred weapon type, then you can go and choose.
What's up, man? Welcome to the stream.
I'm gonna fight with this weapon and invest heavily into that.
Not only are we looting weapons, but we see something here called the Book of Knowledge. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
They unlock skills for the players. So here you can see the Valkyrie dive that has just
Skill
been
trees,
unlocked. We have
abilities and
these
skills,
spread out throughout
inventory,
the world, so
world
again,
quests.
to promote exploration and discovery. As you travel through the world and you explore locations, you can find these books that will add abilities that you can go and invest in, put into your loadout, then go into the different locations or the different quests in the game and use those depending on what your playstyle is.
Man, I really need to finish
Now we've
Odyssey.
recaptured this village, we've secured more troops for our assault. Let's jump back now and figure out what we want to do with Rued.
Kill him! Kill him!
The rightful king of East Anglia has spared your life today, and so it will be.
Take his sword. That's what I'd do. Show you customization, right?
Passion is a virtue
This looks
suited
good.
for
Yeah, it does,
everyone
Salty.
able, including you.
Looks really good.
Eivor decided to let him live. Rued is really angry about that. Being a Norse Viking, being put to the death in battle is your road to Valhalla. So he was basically denied access to Valhalla in this situation. Obviously, all of these decisions come into play later on in the game, so we have very difficult decisions for the player to make. We didn't want to have easy decisions.
Yeah, you know, when I was playing, I decided to listen to Oswald and spare Rued's life, but what exactly is the relationship like between Eivor and Oswald?
So the relationship between Eivor and Oswald is an alliance. It's basically Eivor is surrounded by territories that initially getting into England are hostile towards her, and obviously if you want to set up a new settlement, you want to make sure that your neighbor is friendly. So here in East Anglia, Oswald is the man for the job, where putting him into a position of power would help her sort of secure her territory. So earlier on to the territory, Eivor comes in here, meets Oswald. The problems he had with Rued are sort of put to light, and going through the arc, you basically help him deal with Rued and aligning basically Danes with Saxons in one territory.
That's pretty cool.
So, Fizz, we've completed the assault. We've gotten our hands dirty with some combat, taken down Rued. We have this big open region of East Anglia, so before we head off to Oswald's wedding, what do you say we head out, have some fun, and see what we can get into in the open world?
That sounds great.
Open world, oh yeah. I'm gonna get lost
see a
forever.
cat here with a speech bubble above it, and you best believe if you let me talk to a cat, I'm gonna talk to a cat.
Yeah, these are some of our
you can talk to cats.
Some of my favorite
That's
moments
hilarious.
actually in the game, where we put out a whole bunch of events throughout the territory. And it sort of rewards, again, exploration, going around. It's a chance for us also to sort of showcase a different side of Eivor.
Right,
a lot of the quests sort of deal more with like politics and warfare, and this shows a slightly more human nature to her. So it permits us to explore that character a little bit more. And so here, basically, like you're trying to help a kid with his cat, and ultimately get that cat to sort of join your crew as a cat raider.
Gonna get a cat to join the crew.
Way too casually.
Yo, lady, appreciate those cheers.
Viking raider
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Oh my God, yes, I love it. Perfect.
So yeah, as you're riding around the rivers of England, you would see a cat basically walking around your longship, keeping your Viking raiders.
That cat was like sleeping in the boat.
You know, speaking of the
Viking raiders.
Seeing some gameplay here now. Can you talk a little bit about how that works and functions in Valhalla?
Oh, you can go down rivers. That's cool.
So starting out on this project, I think the Viking longship is one of the biggest images that we all have when we think about Vikings in our game.
Pet cat
and
confirmed.
So Vikings had this awesome design for longship.
Yeah, the ship play does look promising.
So it permitted them to go very far inland very quickly, and you could basically disembark Viking raiders like on pretty much any shore. We added that into the game.
That's pretty cool.
You can basically sail up to any location and then just decide to disembark with your guys and raid a location, loot all its treasure, get back in the ship, and then continue sailing down the river to your next opportunity.
So I know
That's
past
pretty
Assassin's
cool.
Creed games allowed for songs and things like that to be sung on ships. Will Valhalla have a similar version of that?
Yeah, so this is something we actually wanted the crew of your ship to become like your home away from home. So we added stories and songs into the ship. So basically, as the player is going around, you could decide to have your skald sort of sing a song for you as you row down the river. But you can also decide, depending on who the raiders are in your ship, to hear more about their life. So you can actually queue up stories, and they'll give you a little bit more background on who they are. So you get to know your sort of fighters as you're traveling around the world, which is a cool moment.
A little more depth to the characters and the
here
NPCs.
We're seeing a bit of a different view. What exactly are we looking at?
We had this on previous Assassins, where you would like ride on your horse, and you could pull out, have the horse sort of follow the track. We have a similar thing for the ship, where you can put up your sails. It's cruise control for the ship, so you can pull back, take in the scenery, listen to some songs or some stories, and just take it all in.
Lots of photo modes. Lots of photos coming up.
So, you know, speaking of Viking songs, we have an activity here that's not exactly singing, but kind of related, right?
Yeah, so here what we have is what we call flighting, which was an activity that Norse people would partake in.
Anglo-Saxon.
They would like to have a battle of
Shanties
wits
confirmed.
and sort of poetry, where insults would be thrown back and forth between each other. The idea was to try and have a good insult, but also to have a good rhythm and a good rhyme in there. So it's basically a precursor to rap battles.
Oh, you can like bet? Okay.
Now begin.
Insults. This is what you do best, lady.
To all those whom I speak, they say Eivor's a clod.
Then you're speaking to fools and their knowledge is flawed.
Well,
how exactly do you go about being successful in one of these?
It's like a word game.
The trick behind a good flight was to choose the right insult, identifying the right cadence, and then trying to find what rhymed the best.
I'm known for my might.
interesting. Interesting.
What up, Nerd and
Silent
Cheese?
whispers all
Welcome
claim
to the
that you're
stream.
terribly dense.
This is the way. Appreciate that follow,
you
man.
clearly misheard them. My wit is immense.
Oh, you lucked out with that one. Well, what a surprise. Eivor of the Raven Clan is a true talent. I'm shocked.
Don't believe everything you hear, unless it touches on my flighting. Then heed every word.
This is gonna be fun.
So now that we've proven our sharp tongue,
This is gonna be really fun.
I think it's time for a bit more relaxing activity. So we're fishing here.
Oh, you can fish in the game. Oh my gosh.
We gave
There's gonna be so
Eivor
much
a
time
fishing
spent
line,
in
so you
game
can
of just
actually throw
fishing.
out a line and go catch some fish. This is used basically to play into our new health loop where the player will
You have to
lose
hunt.
health in the world, and it doesn't automatically regenerate like we would have in the past. So you actually have to go out and get some
Okay,
supplies.
that's an
you'll
interesting
find
little take there.
mushrooms, and some food that you can gather. But here, like,
So you have to hunt,
also catch some
fish,
and consume
etc.
that
So
to
you have
regain some
supplies
health.
to
We also
get your
will
health back
sometimes
up.
have it
That's
in
interesting.
certain quests. So it's a good way to sort of chill out on the side of the water and just again
And health
take it all
gain,
in.
yeah. It's like a little goldfish you had right there.
So this is what we call one of our offering altars. So the idea is that you find these around the world and you make offerings to it. So it'll take like animal parts and stuff that you can find throughout the world. Here, what you're seeing though is sort of like a fancy version of it, where
A dream
as you do your
sequence
offering, you
here.
get interrupted by some kids that basically come and steal your stuff. So it's just a way for us to sort of
Yeah,
showcase
Mama,
that,
this looks like it's gonna,
systems and
like,
activities in the world can sort of play
Raven
in with
sight.
some quests and some little events. So it's our way to sort of dress up.
This
these
is
moments
very
and
Witcher 3
make it
right
all
there.
fit inside the whole experience.
Yeah, this seemed like a really sort of unexpected turn for what I thought was going to be kind of a simple interaction.
Yeah, and it's really what we were trying to do with these events is to
Yeah, that's
give
very
another
Witcher-like
dimension
right
to
there.
Eivor, other than just the pure Rar Viking or the politician. Because you can imagine at some point that will
Man,
grow
this game
old
is
if you're
gonna
always
take,
telling
like,
that version of the character.
so
it
long for
lets
people
us
to
really go
complete, 'cause there's
into
gonna be
the
so
depth
much
of
you can
who
do
is
in the game.
Eivor, what motivates her, how she can interact with the world outside of warfare and politics.
Your stealth needs work.
We were close.
And it also showcases like a different facet of the world at the same time. It's not only Eivor, so it just widens the breadth of the stories that we can tell.
So who exactly are these?
It's a Patronus.
These are kids of East Anglia. They are going through tough times with whatever Rued's been doing to the territory, and so they're just here trying to survive and basically exploit the people that are there to make offerings.
They're basically
It's kinda
taking their
nice to
offerings
see
and
that
eating
Eivor
it.
wasn't really necessarily upset at them for stealing, and after you talk to them, you have the choice of helping them. You can give them food, give them some money, or maybe just say, "Hey, good luck, on your way."
Yeah, and then this is something we also wanted to do a lot. Like, so here we're doing an event, we do it in quests as well, but we want to give a lot of this agency into players' hands so that they can sort of shape Eivor a little bit. Who she is, so it represents them a little bit more, and they can roleplay that a little bit better. And again, it just gives her like a little bit more humanity in these moments.
What large walkers should do. Provide for small walkers.
Here, large walker.
A necklace.
Yes, it's a St. Martin seal. You're welcome here anytime, large walker. You're one of us now. Visit
That's
us,
cool.
Okay?
I will. Take care now, small green walkers.
So I think AC veterans might recognize this here, but what exactly is Eivor chasing down?
Oh man, I remember
so
these.
Here you're seeing Eivor running down one of our tattoo images. So this is challenging the player on free run abilities, but also for fans of the series, sort of pulling at their heartstrings for some beloved features.
So are we going to be able to tattoo Eivor?
Yes, by collecting these tattoos, you actually bring them back to your settlement, and then you can customize different body parts, having different
That's
tattoos
really cool.
everywhere. So again, another form of expression, and it's sort of to represent that
You
Viking
have to chase their tattoo. I know, right, game? Sorry, man, you gotta chase them.
One of my favorite things when I was just out there exploring East Anglia was coming upon a house or a building and realizing that there was a chest inside, but that there was no easy way in. And in this case, I saw all the doors were barred, but I knew that because there was a chest in there must have been some way to get inside. So I went around the back and, found a way in.
Yeah, I'm glad you actually caught on to that.
That's pretty
You're
cool
pointing at
right
something
there.
that we wanted to work on a lot on Valhalla, where we wanted the exploration to make you feel smarter. So we played a lot with puzzle solving, so making sure that every house that you find sort of appeals to you, like it draws your attention, and then when you want to come and explore, it's not given to you. You still have to work for it a little bit, so it'll challenge you on your observation skills, logic, just trying to find how do I get into this. So we play a lot with level design, quest design to offer challenges.
That dude looked like he was like having a bad day.
Come out of it like with a better feeling for the exploration, but you also get to see more of a story behind any of these locations, which we've crafted. So it gave us a little bit more time to sort of slow down the experience and tell a different version of a story.
A poor
Dang,
victim
that's-
of someone's fury.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about exploration and just finding things out in the world, I was just wandering and came across this clearing and found this kind of morbid altar.
Yeah, so this is one of our bigger events that we have scattered in the world. So as Eivor explores, she can find altars like this, and by interacting with them, here it's a trap that's been set by this character named Regan. Now, there's a bigger story behind all this. There's multiple steps to it later on. So this is one of the moments. It permits us to go into a slightly more mystical realm and play with a boss fight that has more magical abilities, if we will. And basically have
That's
this
freaking awesome,
boss fight
dude. That
in the middle of the
mace.
swamps. And so here the abilities that you see Reagan using are a little bit on the mystical side of things. What's happening is Eivor at the beginning in that trap is poisoned, and so she starts sort of hallucinating, seeing the world in a sort of
That's freaking cool.
light.
That's
and
a
filter.
smart way to integrate
and so
that.
That's sort of what lets us go into the realm of the weird.
My rage, spirit of my father's rage, fill me!
Whoa. Jeez, he had like no health right there. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude.
So we just saw here that Regan belongs to something called the Daughters of Lyria.
Yeah, that's correct. By finding the other daughters, you'll get a little bit more backstory on who they are, so we don't want to spoil that too much. But it creates like a sort of greater story that is not on the main path in any way.
Skill points.
But it's still very rich and adds to
Man,
the lore of this
this is gonna
world
be
and
awesome.
actually plays into history.
So we just had a really exciting, really intense boss battle. I think it's time for something a little bit more relaxing and calming now.
Yeah, it's
More
all,
relaxing
here it's
and
all
calming.
about pacing yourself with the highs and the lows. So here we have a low chill moment of what we call building a cairn. So Eivor, as she explores the world, will find these sort of meditative areas where you have a pile of rocks that you could just stack on on top of another using physics. And I mean, yeah,
You just
the
make a
ultimate
little
goal
altar,
is to
huh?
try and get the highest pile of rocks. But really, it's about taking in the sights, relaxing, taking a step back, and just building something.
Together we stack stones into cairns.
These?
Yes. Think of this as a test of mind and wit. Stack the cairns.
Use the bigger rock there.
Any shape you like.
I mean, you can spend as much time as you want building these things, making them as high as you want, as weird as you want. I'm sure like a lot of these stuff will end up on the internet, like people comparing structures. And the cool thing is that once you've built it and you decide to get out of it, it sort of stays there. And so that's yours, right? And until the moment where you come back and you want to build a new one, it's sort
That's
of cool
cool.
that we were able to.
That's
to
kind of a
give that
low-key,
to
kind of
players
chill.
to express themselves.
At this point in the demo, we've explored East Anglia. we've met some children, we've broken into a house, we fought a boss, we built a cairn. I think now it's finally time to go and head off to Oswald's wedding.
Yeah, so this is the moment it's all been building up to. By the moment you get into
So this has got to be all like really early into the game, but they're going to be showing
he's
us
trying
like
to,
images of this.
Get married with his Dane lady. And
Oh yeah,
so
Mama,
as
can you
go
imagine
through
how
the
much
that's sort of
Thaddeus
like
is
the
gonna
underlying
Thaddeus Prime's
thread.
gonna spend in this
Really,
game?
It's about Rued creating turmoil.
You know
in
people that do this in real
territory,
life?
helping Oswald sort of get
Jedi.
above
Stack
that
rocks.
and show that he's a good leader. And so you finally, after going through all of that arc, finally get these two together.
This
go
is a
through
really nice
their
nod
wedding,
to the
they're invited
fans,
to attend the ceremony.
especially on the last video
and
that
all
we got that was
the,
supposed to be
activities and fun
gameplay.
times that comes
And the in-depth that they're giving us here is a really nice
Yeah,
nod
as
to the
much as we've
fans.
seen the brutal
So you be
side of
GG, man.
we
Appreciate
nice
it.
to see the joyous side of it as well.
Yeah, and it's something we really wanted to play on in Valhalla, where being a Viking is not only about being a raider or a warrior. I mean, there's revelry, there's feasting, there's partying that goes, and like if someone knows how to party, it's a Viking. And so here, this is one
Lady
of our
is gonna
opportunities to
love
sort of show
that. She's gonna
show
do
what a sort of Viking gathering is.
This
And
is so
what's cool
freaking
here
awesome.
is
We can
it's a-
drink
it's a good
ale
alliance
of Viking horns.
Norse culture with Saxon culture.
That's
sort of
awesome.
Smashing those two things together and building bridges.
And now they're like
what's a wedding without some
drunk.
drunk archery, right?
Yeah, so like anything can happen in a
That's
Viking
hilarious.
event, right? Eivor, yeah, here.
Yeah, Thaddeus is gonna sink like at least 500 to 600 hours into this game. That's as if he can get through Cyberpunk.
Steady all!
Party
and
mode
ready
engaged,
yourself
exactly,
for the
Jedi.
wedding race. The king and his bride against all!
My king. He.
So here we see the decision I made to spare Rued came back to bite us.
Yep, that's the decision you made coming back. So as we said
Dang.
before, all of your decisions have consequences, and this is a big one.
I challenge you.
I accept.
You're basically presented with the option to sort of step in for Oswald, fight the fight for him, or let him go and fight his own fight.
Yeah, personally, I chose to fight myself because I thought Eivor is the type of person who likes to finish what she started.
Plank by plank, and a dead king cannot keep his oaths. Let me finish this.
Oswald,
Dang.
you gutless Arya swine! I'll slay the wolf-kissed, then hang you with your own tongue.
How does this encounter with Rued differ
Look at
from
that
our
freaking
previous
huge
fight?
axe.
So at
That
this
looks
point,
awesome.
you've eliminated his wolf, so it's just him, and so
He's got a huge sword,
angry
too.
at this point, and so he will start using his big gun abilities like fairly earlier on in the fight. So it's way more vicious, way faster. There's less strategy. He goes literally swords blazing at you, and so this is a fight to the death.
Dang.
And of course here, like, this is a decision you made to go and fight him, but there's multiple outcomes to this scenario. You could have let Oswald fight his own fight and prove basically his station as the rightful leader. If you had eliminated...
Wait, is that a
Rued,
spoiler they
obviously
just
this
give
would
us?
not have happened. It would have been a slightly more joyous occasion. But ultimately, in all scenarios, you still have an alliance with Oswald. He's proven to be the right leader for this territory and to be a good ally for you.
Interesting.
I promised you an alliance, and now you have it.
And one day I will need you to make good on that alliance.
So we're about to take off from the wedding, but Eivor decides it's a good idea to check up on her friend Finner.
Yeah,
Dang,
so
they're
Finner
showing us a
is
ton of stuff
probably
here.
one of the more recurring characters in this arc. You get to meet him very early on. He's a very endearing character, sort of used to have a Viking life, sort of misses it, and going through all these adventures together is sort of like lights that fire back, and so he's willing to join you in your raiders. So he's one of many raiders that you'll encounter in the game, and you can sort of recruit, bring back home, and then have them sort of join you on your adventures on the longship. He can tell you these stories.
Yeah, it's definitely a work in progress, so they can change anything Jedi.
More about him.
They're definitely
so
making sure
again,
we
it's
see
a fun
that.
way to sort of discover more about these characters that you meet and bring them along for adventures.
Together.
Together.
I'll gather my things.
Well, folks, we've
For
come to the end
Valhalla.
of our Assassin's Creed Valhalla playthrough. Fizz,
That
thank
was
you so
awesome.
much for joining us. When and where can people play it?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be out on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and is coming to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and Stadia on November 17th.
November 17th. Here we go, guys. Boom. Booyah. No customization, I know. All right, guys, so that's about it for us. Really appreciate y'all hanging out with us and watching Ubi play. We've kind of seen a little bit of RuneScape, so we're going to just kind of bypass that for now. But we'll be back again tonight at about 7:30 for Star Wars Sunday. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate it, and we will catch y'all then. Blow it up, baby.